This will be a video on how to do a laser cut keychain. First thing I'm going to do is find some imagery, and so I went and I'm going to do a Jimbo Cups keychain. So I'm going to use my snipping tool. If I go into my search bar at the bottom and go snipping, and I'll create a new one. And just go ahead and grab that. And let's save it. And I'll put this in my folder under keychain. I've created this folder. I'll call it save that. All right. And now we will go file. Let's import. Keychain. Bring this in. All right. Nice. So I'm going to do a trace bitmap and trace this. It looks like it's going to get a little bit weird and grainy. Let me play with the threshold. I don't want to go too far. Play with it and hit apply. That over. Yeah, that looks a little bit better. I don't want to use the text. I'm going to be creating my own text. Let's just push this off to the side. And we'll go path. Break apart. And now I can remove that text. And then we are going to use all three different types of laser cuts for the keychain. That's our goal. So the first one I'm going to do is make a cut line. The max size of your keychain is going to be 2 inches by 2 inches. So let's get the size of this. Inches. I don't like a big keychain, so I'm going to go 1.5, 1.5. Like so. For my keychain. And actually, I'm going to be putting in Jimbo Cups in my own font. And I like Century Gothic. We'll go bold. And as far as if I'm putting in, I want to go object to path. And then we'll do our fill and stroke. So our fill, we're going to go black, and that'll be our engraving, our raster engrave. The stroke is going to be blue. And make sure you're in RGB. And the stroke style, and actually, let's scale this first. Let's scale it down. And I'm going to scale our logo down. And I think this would actually look better, maybe as an oval. So let's go ahead and stretch this out. Maybe we'll go 1 3/4. That's looking better. And smaller, like so. So I only want to vector engrave my logo. You can do both, but I'm going to turn the fill off and make it a blue stroke, like so. And the final thing I need to do is change my stroke style to inches, 0.001. And I'm going to do the same with my logo here. I do this when I'm all done creating my composition, because if I change the size up, it'll change the size of my stroke. So let's size it up. And stroke style 0.001. And it becomes really hard to see too. So that's why I do it at the end. So our cups is a black infill and a blue outline. And then our logo is just the outline. So a vector engraving. And then our actual cut needs to be red. So this line is going to cut all the way through the material. And I want to make a hole for the keychain. That hole needs to be a 1/4 inch. Actually, that might be a little large. I'm going to go 0.2. About 0.2 inches. And I'll drop this in here for our keychain. It's also going to be important to know how much material is on this outside, so that it's not too weak and breaks. And so what I like to do is just create a little measuring tool. You can do this a number of ways. 0.1 by 0.1. And I like to have about 0.1 distance between my cut and my hole. All right. So I'm going to delete that. I need to arrange my logo a little bit more. Let's make sure that my stroke on this did not change. Oh, looks good. All right. So I think I have my final design here. The last thing I'm going to do is come into my red stroke and make sure that everything is 0.001. And now I'm ready to save this. So we'll go File, Save As. First thing I want to do is save it as an SVG. We'll do Keychain Hill period 6. And make sure that goes into the right folder. Keychain. One word. That's my SVG, and now the laser cutter likes to eat PDFs. So I will now save this as PDF under Keychain and save. I'm going to do the page size, I'm a little worried about this object out here. Everything is on here. So we'll do page size. Okay. And then I'll take that over to the laser and run a cut. Happy designing. Happy laser.